This is Morten from Inkish. We are still here at Printing United in Las Vegas. We are also still at the standard finishing booth, and we are going to talk to Johan. Good to see you.
Morten, yeah, good to see you. Thank you very much.
And I took you for being Swedish.
I'm Belgian, yeah.
Do you hate me now?
No, I love you still. But I've lived in the US for 27 years, so I feel American. I am American as well, so combination.
It's a kind of funny story because you said that you came here with Cycon, and then you stayed with Honkler and Standard Finishing and Horizon, right?
27 years now, so.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I love being here.
And we are back here at a trade show, and big as ever, right?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a setup that we have seen many times, a combination of Honkler and Horizon equipment.
Yeah, that's correct.
We're not going to talk too much about this setup because we're going to show something new here. But basically, we have an unwinder, and then we have what is this?
A CS8 cutter from Honkler.
Precisely, yeah. And that is basic because with the Stitchliner MK V, you can basically make roll-fed your production either online or nearline.
Correct,
or
yes.
offline, right?
Yeah. So we can do up to 6,000 books per hour on the Stitchliner from Horizon. And then the speed actually is being synchronized between the Honkler and the Horizon. So if it's a very thin book, they get 6,000 books per hour, we're going to speed up the cutter. If it's a thicker book, we can slow it down and still get 6,000 books per hour. So that synchronization is now a new feature between the Honkler and Horizon interface.
And that, of course, requires that you have like two-way communication,
exactly,
right?
yes, that's what they're doing, correct.
Yeah. Is that part of what you see in the industry? There's a need for having this two-way communication?
We see more integration between the different vendors. You know, it's a total solution, and so you want Honkler, Horizon, and other companies to talk together. So that synchronization, communication is always there.
Okay, so then you told me that we have a new product here called HSF 50, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
What is it we see here?
So this was launched at Drupa back in May and June in Germany. It's a high-speed sheet feeder. So now we can take inputs from a cut sheet printer, collated input, which we put over here, and then we can run at high speed 45,000 sheets per hour.
Wow.
That actually equates with about 780 feet per minute. We feed this Mark V here.
So what you're saying is that Shiga, he should have the fastest cameras turned on to capture everything,
yes,
right?
Yeah. It's actually faster from the sheet feeder than from the roll, which is kind of amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
And using Marks, every single book we process can have a different sheet count.
Okay, so we're going to see that in a second, but okay, we're already starting.
We can start,
Yeah. So just for me to understand, this is actually great because let's say that you're a printer that have both roll-fed printers and cut sheet, either offset or printed product. This actually enables those to actually use the Stitchliner MK V, right?
Correct, yes. So a very flexible solution. You have roll-fed printers, you have cut sheet printers. Use the same system, the same Mark V system, to feed a roll or to feed sheets.
And now you can see how fast it is.
Yeah. So actually there's several blowers actually in the system on the side and in the front. Okay. And they kind of put air in between the sheets. And it oscillates, so it goes up and down. That's how we separate the sheets. And that's why we can feed them at this high speed. It's actually pretty basic. It's actually a fully patented system by Horizon.
Okay. And then it, of course, moves from the sheet feeder into the, is that a collator or what is that?
So all the sheets come in here, and now we have a cover feeder. So you want to have a pre-printed cover on the outside. Maybe it's your middle sheet, anywhere between the book. We can feed at high, without slowing down the Mark V. We can feed covers. We're showing one cover feeder here. We can actually add up to 3.
Okay, so you can have many variables on the cover side if you want to. That.
Many variables, or maybe you have 3 jobs in the same roll, and when the job changes, we use a second cover feeder. So again, full flexibility on the Mark V here.
Okay, smart. And then we come into the stitcher, right?
Correct, yes.
And that is also pretty unique because I mean, it goes fast.
Yep.
But you told me that every single sheet has its own scoring, right?
Correct, yes. So all the sheets come in here, collated, and then we score every individual sheet. And by doing every individual sheet scoring, it's a very nice and tight fold, so your book that comes out lays flat. Yeah. But still you see the sheets are overlapped, so we keep a very high productivity by having the sheets overlapped, but we can still score every individual sheet.
Fantastic.
And then those sheets fall on the saddle by book, and then we stitch them, and then they go to the 3.5 trimmer.
And you also told me that what is also quite nice with this one, the length of the stitching is depending on the thickness of the booklet, right?
Correct, yes. So we can measure the thickness in the data matrix code of every single book, and by knowing the thickness, we're going to change the stitch length on the fly. So book to book to book, Again, without slowing down, you can have a different sheet count with a different stitch length.
The printing companies that let's say in the past were using like folded signatures for, and we have like collators. I know that Horizon also have that kind of equipment,
Correct,
of course,
yes,
right?
yep.
But I mean, the advantage is here that it's basically way more manageable because you can have easy changeover on a lot of jobs here, right?
Correct, yeah. So you basically, you take a roll from your inkjet press or your stack output from your cut sheet press and it goes directly into the Mark V. So there's no, I mean, the Stichliner Mark IV has bins, you can still fit signatures, that's a different solution, but this is optimized for digital printing.
Okay, and then we have, it goes in this it changes direction.
Correct, yeah. So we basically, we measure the thickness, we check every individual sheet. If there's a sheet missing, then we divert
so
that.
That's why it goes out there.
Correct,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
So only complete books will actually come to the trimmer. We trim head and foot, we trim the face side, and then we deliver onto the conveyor belt.
And we have made a little TV kitchen here, right?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
So let's start with this one that we didn't show. So this one, it is actually on the roll now, but as the roll was not connected right now, we just wanted to show something else here. But this is a product, and you showed me, I like this one because you showed me that if you look at signatures across, you see how accurate the machine is despite the speed, right?
Yeah. So the registration of the sheets in the stitcher, and on the folding, it's completely on register.
Yeah.
Very nice crossovers.
And if you look at this tiny, I mean, that is like perfect stitches. There's no waste on them, basically.
Exactly,
right?
yes, because we again change the stitch length for every book based on the sheet count.
Beautiful. And then we have the ones that was actually printed from the sheet feather version here. We have the different versions here, and what you cannot see on camera is that it is actually different number of pages in each of them, right?
Correct, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what we see here.
So basically 3 books, every book has different sheet count. That sheet count is the data matrix, and then we do all the changes in the machine from book to book to give you a high quality book with different sheet counts, including the stitch length. So yeah.
And you're right, because when you put them flat, I mean they are like perfect, right? For the paper thickness and for the number of pages that you have in each of these magazines.
Exactly, yes, yeah. And these, of course, they have self covers. Because they go from the stack. Yeah. We can also add, as we talked about, those pre-printed covers using the cover feeder.
I mean, when you look at your customers in the American market, I mean, how big is the demand for things like this?
It's been very successful, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, going from your commercial printers doing stitch books to doing the photo books, which is very big here in the US. Those are being used on this machine. And then transactional applications, insurance documents, financial documents that are high integrity. And when we use that, for example, then we will have a full tracking. So we can actually, using data matrix codes, we will track from the in feed all the way to the out feed. Make sure every sheet is in the book, the correct sheets are in the book, and every book is being accounted for. That's a full tracking system. That's also part of this system as an option.
I must ask you a question, because I was thinking that, when you have like this kind of security print and where you have to be sure that everything matches each other, is the matching so good on these machines today that you can warrant to your customers that it is accurate? I mean, I'm asking because I guess that banks, insurance companies, health companies, they want to be 1000%, and as a printer, you need to be sure that you can deliver something without controlling it manually, right?
Yeah, they have to assure that to their customers, and that's why we have a tracking system to actually do that. So we know that what is being produced is exactly what the customer needs, and they can give a report from our system to their customers to prove that.
Fantastic. It must be fun times working with all this equipment.
It's been very exciting, yes. We had a very good time.
Fantastic.
Well,
thank you, Johan.
Thank you for your time. Nice talking to you.
Likewise.
Thank you.